Today I'm going to show you my new improved rooting technique that will double the result, double the rooting, and double your money if you are selling plants. And you never seen this technique on YouTube before. You're gonna see this. So don't click away. Be right back. Hello happy YouTubers, Marcelina here with you, showing you another exciting episode, the node to node rooting system. I'm going to show you this technique in a simple step by step, easy to follow instructions. So stick with me all the way to the end, and I'm going to show you right now. Alright, before we begin, if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It is a fun gardening family and we love you guys to join with us. Also, don't forget to ring the bell because by clicking that bell, it allows you to get notified when there is a new video. We upload videos every week and we don't want you guys to miss anything. Alright, let's get back to the topic. One of the remedy in any rooting problems begins with the use of a synthetic rooting hormones. Would you all agree? Well, if you agree with this statement, write your comments below. And if you don't agree with this statement, write your comments also and voice your opinion. There is no right and wrong. We are not graded here. In fact, your opinion is going to help others who are also watching this video. So let's do interactive. Now basically, plant propagation is a complex science that is involve success, failure, percentage rate, and it's just that little perfect timing allows you to root the cuttings. And they call that Goldilocks. So when I propagate plants here, I use synthetic hormones. And if you are using synthetic hormones, I recommend the Clonix gels. There are three forms of hormones that you can use to aid your cuttings, to root your cuttings: powder, liquid, and gel. And I stick with the gel because I'm going to see it here. The Clonix gel is not only helping you to create callousing, initiate callousing of the cuttings, it also supporting or nurturing your young developed roots as they are developing before, and they will nurture it until they're ready for transplant. So that's why I highly recommend to use Clonix gel. Now there are two products here and I link this product below the video. Check them out. There is a spray and there is also the gel. Now this spray, you're going to use this to spray the cuttings. You have to spray the area where you take cuttings. So if I spray this beautiful clematis, I'm going to spray on the top of the tip. This is going to increase the hormone on that area, and then it allows me to be successful in rooting those cuttings. Now after you spray, you take the cuttings and dip it in the gel. Now the second method that will require you to get successful in your propagation is the right environment. Now there are two propagators that I highly recommend. One is the fogger system, the other is the mini greenhouse, and I'm going to show it to you later on. So I would encourage you guys to check that fog machine, and I pretty much sure that you would enjoy if you get your fog panic system because it allows you to grow a lot of plants so quick and clean, and especially if you are selling your plants, do fog panics. So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you the technique and I'm going to bring you in the working area. So follow me. Okay, so I'm here in front of my calamansi. Now we're going to propagate citrus. Citrus is easy to root the cuttings. However, I had trouble rooting the stem of calamansi or Philippine lime. But since I applied this new improved rooting technique, I finally rooted my calamansi stem cuttings. So what we're going to do here, in order for us to get successful of our propagation, we're going to select a perfect healthy stem. And one of the stem that is going to help you successful in rooting the cuttings is finding the semi-hardwood cuttings. So this one here, this is a woody. That means this might be good. So let's go ahead and do this. Now the first thing I did here is applying this spray. Now this is going to apply the area where you are going to take cuttings, and you will do this once or twice in one week before you take cuttings. So you allow 1 week before the actual propagation. So I will spray here on the tip. You're going to spray on the tip. This is going to increase promote rooting. Now once it is already sprayed, you have to wait for 1 week. Now assuming it's already 1 week, right? Just for this video. Now we're going to take the cut. So you spray your pruner. Make sure that you don't have any fungal diseases transferred to the cuttings. So I'm going to cut this one here, this woody area. Alright, now after I take the cutting, I'm going to spray the wound because I don't want that new cut gets infected. Then after you take the cutting, you're going to remove the lower leaves, and you don't want too much leaves. You just want little bit leaves here. So we will remove this. There is a way to speed up with this, guys. I will speed up this one so you don't have to watch the whole work activity in here. I had a good success with this new improved rooting, guys, and I am happy to share this information with you so you can use this method. Alright, this would work. I might just have to cut the leaves halves. We just have to keep a little bit leaves so we don't lose too much moisture. Okay. So this new improved rooting system is almost as the air layering, except you're air layered in the plant, but this one you air layer the cuttings. So what I'm doing here, I will cut 45 degrees. And this 45 degrees, as I mentioned before in my previous videos, is helping the nutrients or clonics to absorb freely. Now, if you see the node here, we're going to create an injury in its node. What I'm going to do here, I will take out this node here, and I'm going to air layer the node. So this is going to double my rooting. And I have success rooting my calamansi, guys. I am going to show you the result after this, so stick with me, alright? And I did not video my activity. I should have to show you guys, but I was in a hurry because I was frustrated rooting the calamansi. So when you do the propagation, the best way is to take the semi-hardwood, because semi-hardwood is more likely you are successful rooting the cuttings. Alright, so I take the cut in here, removing the cambium. Alright, it's already a thing. Now after that, you just need a little bit of opening here, and then now you are going to create another air layer in this area, just a little bit. You want to interrupt the transport here of the hormones, transport of the water. You want to stress the cuttings so it creates callousing. And then you scrape, you remove that greenery stuff in there, and also those slippery substance. So okay, just like that. All right, now the next step, you're going to coat with the gel. So I'm going to coat with the Q-tip. You can use Q-tip, you can use brush, and apply to the wound. So by applying the clonix, it creates early callousing. So it shortens your propagation. Alright, now we coated that. Then you have to coat the bottom. This is good for clonix, guys, because it seals the wound. Alright, so I will keep it in here for a few seconds. I want that chemical absorbs in the cutting. Now, since this is the semi-hardwood, there is only one propagator that I'm going to show to you. So let's go to the propagating area. Okay, we can propagate our cuttings, calamansi, in the Fagpanic system. But the Fagpanic system tends to do best with the softwood cuttings. Since this is hardwood cuttings, I would prepare to place this in the dome, in the mini greenhouse. So let's go ahead and go to the other area. Alright, so we are going to use the mini greenhouse. I already prepared this. You can use any kind of media as long that it is not building too much moisture. If you are mixing your soilless, I would recommend not to apply too much vermiculite. I use vermiculite in less amount because it keeps that moisture. So this one here is the microgreens, and if you guys want to use microgreens, I will link that product in this video. So just check all the products that I mentioned here to check it out. So what you will need, you just use your finger and create a hole. Now, when you place the cutting, since you make a wound in this area, you need to cover the wounded area. This is going to keep that moisture intact. So what you will need is to place deep enough and press down. So that's easy. Now after you place the cutting, you have to cover them. Now with your dome tree, this is going to keep the moisture, keep that soilless moist, and you can close the vent. But since I keep forgetting opening the vent after the cuttings started to develop roots, it is better to open the vent all the time. So there is still moisture inside, and some of the moisture might be escaping outside, but at least we keep a little bit amount of moisture. Now this kind of propagator allows you to root the cuttings within 2 to 3 weeks. This is a little bit longer than using the Fagpanic system, but the Fagpanic system is great when you propagate softwood cuttings and also the succulent. So that's it. Now if you want to learn how to build this mini greenhouse, I have a video on that, and check that video. It's a good information how to build the system. Alright, so that's easy. So let's check the result of my propagation. I propagated the calamansi using this new improved technique, and I'm going to show you the result. Alright, so this is the result of my propagation using the improved technique of rooting the cuttings. As you can see, I'm going to give you a good close-up here. Now, when you do it's almost like air layering your cuttings. As you can see, can you see that? It's a callousing. The callus shows this a little bit swelling here. And I'm going to remove this just to show you guys. Greg Sabin said don't remove it because you're gonna stress the plant. But I'm going to transfer this in a gallon container anyway, so it's better to show you guys the result. So as you can see, look at that. It's rooting. See? It's a lot of root. So this is how you do the technique. Now I'm going to show you the transplant of this plant, so you can get an idea what to fertilize after your propagation is completed. Now I'm going to use the ironite and also this Epsom salt, and I place this cutting in the gallon container. Look at this root, guys. Look at the root. And as you can see, look at this from the cutting, it swell. So I'm going to place soil here halfway, and I'm going to apply the salt. This is magnesium sulfate. So I'm I'm going to use a full up here. You cannot overdo with dips and salt, so whether you give it more or less. So, and I will place this one here, and I'm going to place this seedling here, and I add another extra soil. Now I'm going to add this ironite plus. I will do the same. I will give 2 of this, 2 full of measurement, and I'm going to work into the soil. So this is a slow release, and it's slowly giving the nutrients to the plant. Then after I mix it in the soil, I will water the plant, and I take the water from the fish tank, which is another good source of nutrients because of the fish. And I will keep this one in the container for a year until it becomes bigger and taller. Okay, look at that, guys. It's awesome. It's a new plant. So this is it for today, guys, and thank you for watching. If you have any questions or comments, write below, and if you have any topics that you want me to go over with you, write the comments also. So thank you for watching. This is Marcelina at cashewgreens.com. Stay green and grow big. Adios.